something that doesn't fit into my other categories, but I will soon make like a place for this kind of stuff. I have some smaller games or lesser known games that I would like to recommend. Sure, you know, if you spend a lot of time on Steam or follow like gaming reviews, or if you're into the genres of these games, you're probably familiar with them, but maybe I can show you a game that you may enjoy as well, just like I do. And this is like I think it's considered like a roguelike game, and I discovered this early last year and played it a little bit, and pretty soon I was really addicted to it. No, not addicted, but I really immersed myself in that and played it, and it works great for, you know, doing it for like a little while and, you know, just knocking out like 30 minutes of gameplay, or you can do longer sessions. And I love the graphic style and everything, but let me show you what this game is about. It's called Loop Hero. It's a little indie game, I guess. It's got some really good reviews and has gotten pretty popular. And when it comes to the options, I mean, you can see we've got pixel fonts, got high-res fonts, and you can see, you know, how that changes, and we've got dyslexia-friendly fonts. Let's go back to the pixel fonts, and we've got an options menu where you can choose a full screen or window. You can add some customization, like the color of your hero, or some of the colors. And you can also pick some other options, but let's not get into that. I would like to skip right away to the gameplay, because this is about little indie games that I enjoy, that you may enjoy as well. So I'm not gonna do like a whole whatever hour review or something. I'm gonna pick a new save slot to start from the beginning, including the tutorial. I haven't played this in over a year, because after I really fell in love with that, Elden Ring came out, and that distracted me for a solid 2 months, so I never got back to it. I always wanted to, so let's get going. This is... yeah, let's just watch this. Okay, it seems pretty threatening. Racing to last place where there's still hope. I need to make it before it's too late. Looks pretty creepy, right? Sounds of agony will quickly fade. The world will be destroyed, even the memory of it will be gone. And even if there is absolutely no chance of bringing it all back, there will always be someone who's willing to do the impossible. There's a little hero, that's us. Looks great, right? In a place without space, without time, without memories. So, where am I? This is the loop, and this is our hero. So, roll credits, Loop Hero. Where am I? I can't see anything. Expect this path. My head is killing me. I remember only a skeleton with a staff up in the sky. This darkness was coming from him. Did he destroy everything around here? Just standing here wouldn't do me any good, I guess. So, now your hero will soon start running. So, tutorial says, to change between adventure, which is actually traveling, and planning, press the switch, right click or space. Continue your journey by changing the game mode. So I'm just gonna hit space, and my character is gonna start running the loop. Okay, so pay attention to the day progress bar at the top of the screen, right? You can see it in the upper left corner. There's that little bar there. New enemies usually appear at the end of the day. Continue your journey by changing the game mode. And we ran into an enemy. He popped up there, and I immediately ran into him. Living ball of slime, quite a nuisance. They did just anything they can. Hey, I remember this creature. Maybe I just need to freshen up my memory and everything will go back to normal. So, traveling, fighting, and most other actions are done automatically. The player can't affect them directly. Press anywhere to continue. So, I will not be able to control this fight. My hero is gonna do that by himself. this is not an idle game. This is not a game where you just let it run for hours while you work and then you get some kind of points. I never understood the point of that, of like these idle games. This is different, but let me show you. We're gonna continue. So he is doing attacks at a certain rhythm. It's hard to fight with your bare hand. I think there's an unadjusted weapon in the remains of that thing, so I got a new weapon. And you can see, got the inventory, Gladius, damage 4 to 6. I'm gonna pull it into my slot, and now my hero has a sword. I like that art style. It's like, you can tell it's not originally like from the 90s, but it looks pretty close. So, I remember there was a grove nearby. You can use cards that are left after defeating enemies to add various objects. That's what planning mode is for. Drag the card to a suitable space. So, this is a grove. And it says, a gentle rustle of leaves, a crack of a dry branch, and a feeling of being watched. Spawns a red wolf every 2 days. Red wolves can move to adjacent tiles. So, what I'm going to do is, this is a little bit like building a dungeon. You know, I'm gonna put this here, and from now on, every 2 days, a red wolf will appear. And you may now go, but why would I do that? Because why do I spawn enemies for my hero? Well, he gets loot from it, and he gets other stuff. So, let's continue. And there's that wolf, the red wolf. And he's dead, because my weapons are pretty good. So, it's a forest red wolf. I was right, some emotional stress, a few vivid images and a bit of adrenaline, and I'll forget it like a bad dream. I remembered it like, oh, damn it. Good thing nobody heard that. So, we've got a new weapon, which is stronger. No, it's not. But what it does less damage. But what it does is, it regenerates your health per second, which is not a bad thing. Your old weapon disappears, so you really have to think hard whether you want to do this. I'm gonna place my cards, and I remember that it's a good idea. Hold on, what does the forest do? Forest. +1 hero attack speed. I heard it was a good idea to put similar cards next to each other. And the rocks give me, I think, more HP or more resistances. So there's a mountain over there and a forest over here. The world's almost back. The branches and stones in my backpack are a sure sign of that. So, now we've got the rocks. See, the rocks say +3 HP, +3 more HP for every adjacent rock. So if I put another rock next to it, I get even more bonus HP. And yeah, so let's continue our journey. Pretty simple, right? Okay, now we made it all the way around the loop, first time. The game itself is a journey on a loop path. Only you will decide when it's time for the hero to return to the camp. Either you or the fangs and claws of your enemies, of course. You can retreat almost any time, but a special animation will let you know when it's safer to do so. Retreat to the camp by pressing the button. There we go, this button here. And I return to the camp, and what happens is, while you're still alive and walking, good thing the camp is right nearby. Now is the perfect chance. Retreat, you keep all resources. So I will keep the stuff I looted so far. Preserved rock and stable wood. Great, now I'm in my camp. Small fire can solve both of these problems. So this is where all the resources you've gathered will come in handy. Who would have thought? You have just enough wood and stone to make a campfire. That's a nice coincidence. Build a campfire using the building function. So we're gonna build this. It's gonna take all our resources, stable wood, preserved rock, and we're gonna put that right in the middle of the camp, and we started our camp. Okay, and now I can continue and do my expedition. And that's gonna start our expedition. So, you know, and if I would want to build other stuff, for example, I can build an herbalist hut, which gives me potions. I could brew healing potions in, which is a good thing. I could build a smithy, So it provides better starting gear whenever I start a new expedition. I will get better equipment or a field kitchen. And that adds to the campfire's healing power and unlocks a new card. So all these cards do something, right? So let's start a new expedition. We're gonna start over. Not start over. We're gonna start a new loop. And we've got our camp equipped already. So here is the path. Lots of slimes, right? So our hero's confused because the loop now is different. If I need to give up and cry to save the world, I'm the worst savior of all. Let's do it. So here's the first couplet. I have no weapon. If I had a blacksmith in my camp, I would have better weapons already. And now we've got a new weapon, a shield. And it gives us +4 defense. So let's continue. We do take a little less damage now. So, we now got a mountain card. It's like a rock, but really big. +5 HP for each adjacent rock or mountain. So I'm gonna put that into this corner. I could have put it in any other corner, but I'm gonna start gathering rocks and forest and so on. Okay, 2 new cards, a meadow. Heals 2 HP at the start of each day. So we're gonna put this into this corner, and we've got a Groth with one of those red wolves. So let's put that here. Because, you know, killing these red wolves will give me special resources. I need those resources, so I need to spawn these enemies, put those things there, so I can progress the game. That's the reason why I'm actually, you know, putting enemies in front of my hero. Let's continue. Okay, next piece of meadow. So let's put it right next to the other one. Right, so it will heal me more once the day starts over. And you can see the day progress, as I said, in the upper left corner. We've got new equipment. We've got armor with max HP 96 or max HP 93, so we're gonna take this one. And we've got a ring, which gives us 6% evasion and more health regeneration. Oh, right, it's that slot. Okay, so let's continue, right? Okay, so we have these cards now, more meadow. So I'm gonna try to put like a cluster, so, you know, it keeps adding to it. There's another grove we could build. Let's put that here because there are no enemies there. And we can build a spider cocoon. And we're gonna put that here. Or let's put it here, right? Not in the band. Do it next to the road. So now I'm gonna have to deal with red wolves, the slimes that are there anyway. And the spiders. So I got a new shield, and it says the shield quality, you know, it tells you with this little arrow icon that it's got worse stats, and the same is true for the armor. Let's keep fighting. Let's hope we get a weapon. Would be nice. And here's rock. I can build, let me see, rock or mountain. I can actually try to build a stack. I don't know if I should keep mountains and rocks apart, but I haven't played this game in a year. But already I'm enjoying it again. And I feel like I'm making a nice process. Some more rocks. This cemetery spawns a skeleton every 3 days. I think they're a little harder. Let's put it here. There we go. And you know, if the loop takes really long, of course, there will not be 1 enemy waiting for me, but 2. We got a sword now. Got a ring. It's got 8 defense, but that takes away my evasion and my regenerate per seconds. Regeneration. So, yeah. Should I? Yeah. Yeah. Oh, we can't. I have to put it here. You see, I can put them next to the road, and if I would put them put the spider cocoon here in this little bend, it would have a chance to spawn all around this place. So I want to try to control that there's, you know, the enemies are kind of spread out. Yay, and he's hitting harder now. I could use a ring with pure damage. I don't have that unlocked, I think. Let's continue. We could have rested there, but we won't. We're gonna take the risk and do another round. If we die, we lose our stuff, but I feel confident that we can make another round. And piece of metal. Go for it again. What is this? Armor, max HP 85, that's even worse. Meadow. And you see we can keep building stats and stuff. Now, here 2 spiders will spawn because it's taken me so long to make my round. So that's a bit riskier. Max HP 96 stays the same, damage to all, which means from now on when I hit one spider, I'll also hit the other. We can't see that now because it's only one enemy. The sword has the same damage, the armor's worse stats. Oh, I should get into planning mode. There, got more meadow, got more rock, got more mountain. See, and it's building a mountain now. And the problem now is if I get these mountains, a mountain peak, because I put all these rocks and mountains together, it has plus 121 max HP, that's good, plus 5 max HP for every adjacent mountain or rock. Problem is it spawns a harpy every 2 days, which will attack me. So there's a downside to it as well. You now see that I hit the one red for more damage and I hit the other one for 2. So what we have here, this is a road lantern. It reduces the maximum number of spawning enemies in the tiles around it, so I can limit this a little bit. So let's do this, because that way we only have to deal with one spider at a time, and we should try to do the same right there. More meadow, more rock. Let's maybe build another rock up here. And this is a vampire mansion. It would give me another type of resource, I can't tell which, but it will add the vampires, and I think those are a little harder, but just for the purpose of showing you, I'm gonna put it there. A skelly. Nice, and we see this armor has different background, so it's probably better. Max HP, wow, that's 238, that's pretty cool. It takes away my damage to all, but it gives me more attack speed and better evasion. So I think that's a better choice. Back off, human. A vampire, where are your lands? If your farmers need help, I would be glad to offer it. No more flock, only hundreds of years of emptiness, and hundreds of years of hunger. Save yourself while you still can, I don't know how long I can keep my head straight. I'm too weak, but you can help me and I will set the scrambled world right. I'm doing this not for just myself, but for everyone in the name of the greater good. So be careful, grateful for my hard work, and just let me bleed you dry. I think these are a little... Oh yeah, he healed himself by damaging me. So I hope I can outdamage him, but it looks like I can. Okay. Vampires often are on the lands, they cut the peace and help the settlements prosper. But this won't do at all. He wasn't joking about the hunger, even the creatures around him were imbued with the power to drain someone else's life. So the slime, I didn't notice that, but the slime was leeching of me as well. When it did damage to me, it would heal itself. So we got another cemetery. We don't have to use the cards, but if we want like to get more loot and stuff, we could use it. Here's a better shield, gives me even more attack speed. Here's a goblin. Yeah, I'm gonna skip the dialogue a little bit. It's nice, cute little, you know, flavor, but yeah. Let's focus on the game. Okay, got a new weapon. Okay, let's pause. And here, we've got an even better weapon that does quite a lot of damage. Wow. So let's do one more loop. I'm gonna use the... What does the beacon do again? The beacon... Oh, it gives me more movement speed while I move through it, but it also does more... It will let enemies... give me more damage and my enemies more damage. So I don't know if I want to use this. I'm gonna put the road lantern here because I got a ton of spiders now. And I can build a treasury. It gives a random basic resource after placing anything on an empty tile around it. Must be surrounded by empty space when you build it. I can try... No, I could build it here, but that would limit my options. That would limit my options. You can see, you know, it kind of takes away some space. So, but let me, just for the purpose of showing you, let me do this. So now it's 3 spiders. Let's see if I can do something. It's 1, 2, 3. Cool. Let's increase our mountain. And as I said, I'm going to continue this, and eventually a boss will spawn. This is a battlefield, spawns a chest on an adjacent tile. Each loop, enemies in the tile around become ghosts when they die. Let's try this as well. Let's make it, you know, let's build all the things. That's the harpy. It's a little bit of storytelling. Story is not really the most important thing here, I think. I was more focused on the gameplay, so let's skip that. And eventually a boss will appear, and you will have to decide whether you want to go for it or take a break and level up some more. And I tried the boss a couple of times. It was really hard. I can't build more. How is that possible? Oh, right, as a graph, not... Right. So I'm not gonna build anything more right now. Let's see how this goes. If we feel like, you know, we're not taking that much damage or we're healing ourselves well enough, we can just add more stuff to the map. So it's a little bit of strategy involved. And as I said, I tried the boss last year when I played the game. Didn't get him on the first few attempts. So I guess I would have had to stop at the camp, build something new to upgrade, and then try again. And so this is a cool new shield. It's got the same defense as my current shield, but it gives me vampirism, so I can leech health as well. Let's try that. There, healed myself for 2, and I was taking 4 and 5 of damage. So that was actually pretty good because I only lost 2 or 3 health points effectively. And if I don't take much damage at all, I can even heal myself a little bit. That sword, it's got more damage, but less attack speed. Let's try it anyway. Skelly. New shield. Let me do counter, but I like the vampirism part. 2 slimes now, and a vampire. I can already, while the fight is going on, put the game into planning mode, so when the fight ends it will stop. In the options you can switch on an option where the game stops automatically. Ooh. Better regeneration and more vampirism. Nice. And I'm gonna need it because there are a bunch of enemies here coming up. There's a vampire. I'm doing quite a lot of damage. And it's the harpy. And I'm gonna stop once I reach the camp because I would like to finish this presentation. I would like these videos to be short and give you an idea. I hope I can convey why I enjoy a certain game. This was really, I mean, it looks simple, and at first you may think, oh, it's gameplay itself, but it's really, really cool because, you know, it gets really addictive and interesting tactic-wise. Okay. So let us retreat, and we get stable branches, we get some more rocks, scrap metal. Gonna need all that to upgrade. So just a little bit more story, and so yeah, let's build something. We cannot build a smithy. We need more scrap metal, I think. We can't build that either. We need more food supplies, and you can actually see where those come from. For example, if I need more preserved rock, or no, let's see. Yeah, we can see. For example, I can build this. This is the, yeah, whatever. It's the field kitchen. So 10% of the campfire's healing power and unlocks a new card. So that was a quick glance at Loop Hero. I would implore you to try out the game and explore more of it. There's much more, like bosses and everything, and more mechanics. But this part already got me hooked last year, and it's a great game to play in between, or, you know, it's a great game to actually do a bigger session with that. So thank you for watching. I hope you like this, and I'll have more game recommendations soon, hopefully of different genres as well. I like these little roguelike games and stuff, but I'll have more for you, and thanks for tuning in. Bye bye.